Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Now, I finally got into the Endgame, and I'm going to give a review of what I thought of Avengers Endgame later on in Comically Speaking, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, last week's episode I asked, what is Spider-Ham's real name? Well, the correct answer is Peter Benjamin Porker. Now, there was a little confusion with that question because some folks thought that I was asking what was Spider-Man's real name. I'm not talking about Spider-Man. I'm talking about this guy right here, Spider-Ham. His real name is Peter Benjamin Porker. Well, 21 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, our name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So, the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Hey y'all, earlier after I left work I went on to Southern Rails Comics and Games for Free Comic Book Day. I was going to do a Comic Hero Show extra there, but there was so much going on and I just decided, I was just going to do a mystery pop-up segment for this episode. Now here are the books I got for free. First up is Malika, Fire and Frost. Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor. Stranger Things. Midnight Sky. Deadly Class. H1 Ignition. The Tick. Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man. Bloodshot. Captain Canuck. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here's an interesting one. Cristiano Ronaldo Strike Force 7. Interceptor. And finally, Zagor, the Alien Saga. Alright, that's 14, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,316. from Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Lauren. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is an Avengers Endgame question. Which actor played the voice, or played the role rather, of Thanos? Everyone who answers correctly will be in a drawing for a free tee in next week's episode of the show. Now, D'Angelo Ballou for Youngstown, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features two big guys that are both unstoppable forces and unmovable objects in their own rights. Representing Marvel, we have the Blob. And representing Bird Studios, we have Majin Buu. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's the Blob versus Majin Buu. The Blob possesses superhuman strength, endurance, durability, and resilience, personal gravity field, and near impenetrable skin. Majin Buu possesses vast superhuman strength, speed, and reflexes beyond that of a trained Super Saiyan 2. He is able to channel his inner Kai energy for devastating offensive techniques capable of destroying planets or solar systems. Buu also holds the unique ability of being able to transform objects and living things into chocolate or other sweet foods, which he then consumes to satiate his greed and gluttony. Buu is also able to instantly recover and regenerate from severe trauma, dismemberment, and even combustion at a submolecular level. Buu can also instantly emulate techniques used on him. Who would win? This fight would start out with punches and kicks. They would deliver a series of these on each other without leaving so much as scratches. The Blob begins to talk trash to Raul Buu. He'll soon find out that's a fate worse than death. The Blob would sarcastically say, "I don't understand what's so hard about fighting an overgrown piece of bubble gum." Majin Buu asks, "What did you call Buu?" The Blob condescendingly replies slowly, "I said bubble gum." Majin Buu angrily replies, "That's it, you mean! Buu hate you!" The Blob then declares, "That's where you're wrong, Pinky. Nothing can stop the Blob, not even you!" Buu then turns the Blob into a caramel-filled hunk of chocolate and eats him whole. Majin Buu wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Alright, I hope you all enjoyed that fight, and I'll have another one for next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are two things I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and the first one, obviously, is my review on Avengers Endgame. Now, I'm going to let y'all know what I think about it without giving it away or without spoiling it for anyone, because that's just not my way. And also, there are a lot of folks that still haven't seen it. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me cheer. It made me curse. Sometimes I curse. I'll admit. Movie was just great from top to bottom, and it's the penultimate movie in Phase 3 of Marvel Studios. Now, what I mean by penultimate, I mean the next to last. There's going to be one more movie in Phase 3, and it's going to be Spider-Man Far From Home, which is coming out in theaters. Really looking forward to seeing that one, because mainly with two of the villains that are going to be in it. Jake Gyllenhaal is going to play Mysterio, and then the Molten Man will be in that movie, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. But Avengers Endgame, if you haven't gone to see it, you need to. A lot of great stuff in that movie, and I applaud the folks that wrote the movie. I applaud the cast. I applaud the crew. I applaud the Russo brothers for giving us yet another Marvel blockbuster. So far, it's surpassed Titanic in the box office. I mean, it's made over $2.2 billion worldwide, and I'm not going again. I'm not going to give anything away about it because that's just wrong. But again, if you haven't seen it, go see it. You'll do what I did. You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll cheer, and you may curse. All right, now the second thing, and this is in reference to Marvel Studios, there is going to, now in production, there's going to be a Ghost Rider series coming to Hulu. And you're probably wondering which Ghost Rider they're gonna go with. They're gonna go with Gabriel Luna, who played Ghost Rider on episodes of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And in other words, they're going with the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, and he's a fan favorite, and I'll definitely watch. I mean, I enjoyed him playing the Spirit of Vengeance in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I think he's going to. I think the writing is going to deliver. I think the directing and producing, and Gabriel Luna reprising his role, I think they're all going to deliver, and I can't wait. Yeah. The Ghost Rider coming to Hulu real soon. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Batman number 70. War of the Realms number 3. Savage Avengers number 1. DC Year of the Villain. Ironheart number 3. Ironheart number 4. Ironheart number 5. Young Justice number 5. Uncanny X-Men number 17. Aquaman Justice League Drowned Earth. Justice League number 23. The Green Lantern number 7. And finally, Deathstroke number 43. Alright, that's 13, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,329. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which actor played the role of Thanos? Everyone who answers correctly will be in a drawing for a free tee for next week's episode of the show, rather. And congratulations to Lauren Clayton from Monroe, Louisiana, who won a free tee in this week's episode. Alright, here's the road ahead for the show. For the next two episodes, 254 and 255, I'm not going to have anything planned. But episode 256, I'm going to do a Memorial Day episode of the show. I really want to thank and honor all the men and women in the U.S. military who are no longer with us, and I also want to pay tribute to their families. I've said it many times here on the show, I don't mind helping people. And that's just the kind of person I am. If you see a chance of helping of somebody, take it. And on June 1st, the Bossier Parish Library will be having their annual kickoff to their summer reading program. It's again, it's on June 1st at the Bossier Parish Public Library in Bossier City, Louisiana, from 9 to noon. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm going to be a guest at the kickoff. And I'm encouraging anyone that lives in Bossier City or surrounding areas to come on out. And if you plan on being in the area around that time, come on out. It's going to be great. Now, I did something like this similar a year ago at the Houghton branch. And I met some people. I actually had an impromptu presser where I answered a lot of questions about comics, and really had a lot of fun with that. And I'm anticipating this to be even better than last year. And if she's watching this, I want to thank my good friend Felicia Sweeney, who works at the Houghton branch of the Bossier Parish Library, for inviting me to this. I mean, it just does my heart to know that there's some folks who watch the show and know who I am and know what I do. And this is something that I plan on doing for a very long time. Very, very long time. I want to thank everyone who's ever watched the show. I mean, folks who watch the show and don't watch it anymore. Folks that have been watching since day one. Folks who came later. I thank y'all very much. And here's to many more years doing this. Many more episodes, many more fun times, many more comics, many more free t-shirts. That's the awesome thing about watching this show. You get a chance to win a free t-shirt. I mean, can't say no to anything free. And speaking of free, at the kickoff to the summer reading program at the Bossier Parish Library on June 1st, I'm going to be giving away some free items. I'm not going to say what they are, but they're going to be pretty daggum good, I can tell you that much. Alright, I'm Victor Nelly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 254. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!